what we call Murikamwisi in all centers to make sure that unajua waizi hawapendi capacity for Nyumba Kumi initiative so that they can be able to
bringing us these roads. As I have said, we are under the metropolitan area, which is the Nairobi Metropolitan Area Transport Authority. The station in Rongai, on which we need to do to get those roads brought to us. So
the best and let the rest also benefit from lead us and lead Kajiado. And I know at the end of the day,
Komboa to come and lead us in praying and do to begin this.
We have had your parting shot moment, and therefore we bring this. No, you will, whichever you pick, you will answer. You have to know which one to pick. So I want you to pick one question. No, just pick for yourself. I think the questions are. I would like you to pick one question or two, or even three. Some of them we have. And then we'll be back at exactly now on the screen behind us. But for now, let us take a 5-minute break.
And on domestic violence, do we have a way of curbing some of these things?
Thank you for mentioning Gogoyo number 1 seeking a promotion. I want to talk about CDF inequality. And number 1, to whom much is given, much is also expected. CDF is not so much, but it is quite a handful. Giving bursaries in the correct way to children who deserve and to the right people, to bright and needy children, is one of the agendas that I want to achieve. For schools, we have 2 wards, Ongata Rongai and Ngong ward, that have only 1 public primary schools, just for the records. We need to deal with this issue because Nelson Mandela said that the most powerful tool you can give a child is education. And it is education that can help them transform the world. Any form of education, in whatever source, primary, secondary, tertiary, or university, is education, and it can help them move forward in life. I want to finish my remarks by saying that there was a prime minister in Singapore called Lee Kuan Yew. He was able to transform Singapore from a third world to a first world by implementing ideas, not talking. But Simei has a lot of good plans. He needs Gogoyo to implement them. Some of these people have problems, and let me tell you, there is no magic. If it is classroom, let us do good classrooms, and we are done with classrooms. If it is roads, you need to agitate for funds to build roads, and you're done. I have done a private member's bill. It is an act, the Water Harvesting Act, which is about water harvesting in Kajiado, and once I leave the county assembly, it remains a law that will work. Out of the aspirants that we have here, I seek your vote to represent you as a member of parliament in the coming parliament, knowing very well that there is a burden of unemployment, there are issues to be addressed, and they need a leader that is smart, forthright, and correct. Gogoyo makes all these.
Wanasema hata watoto wakiwa baba tofauti, mama asemangi wewe ni wa ule baba fulani, kula hii, ule kula hii. Mama anaangalia watoto wote equally. So Kajiado North, we are very rich in tribes, and we are going to look at every tribe equally. We don't care what your second name is, ile kitu iko lazima wananchi wafanyiwe kazi. And lastly, we are going to work together. They have amazing ideas. I didn't come here for the debate.
Let's appreciate her. Thank you.
Attention to figures. We have 134,000 registered voters in Kajiado North. 65% voting population, that means around 70,000 of these people are youth. With 46% unemployment rate, it means we have around 20,000 unemployed young people. The truth is this, if I tell you I will employ these 20,000 people, I am exciting your emotions. Now, let me finish by saying this. My main concern in Kajiado North is business, because Kajiado North being the greatest revenue earner in this county, much of this revenue comes from the business, the small and medium enterprises. And this is one of the things that I've said. I am looking at economic stimulus program that will enable us to grow approximately 1,000 businesses every year. I look at ensuring that we have 5,000 businesses developed by the end of 5 years. How would we do this? I am looking at what one of my colleagues said, the involvement of technocrats and experts. We look at the creation of a business board. that would look at the business potentials. Where the businesses are stagnant and not growing, we engage technocrats in ensuring that we identify the stalemates and the stumbling blocks. What are the bottlenecks to business growth and what stops us from growing our businesses? And we help the people to grow. We are looking at the development or creation of a revolving fund that would enable us to empower the businesses when we give grants and not loans.
Also, I would want to talk about, as we choose leaders during this time of election, let us choose leaders who have a track record. Leaders who have been doing things for the public before now coming to ask to be given the job. As I said, for the last 18 years, I've been sponsoring a soccer tournament. And that is from 2004, and the last edition was last year. And I shall continue doing it because I love the people of this Kajiado constituency.
Na mimi sio kazi natafuta. Mimi ile kazi nilikuwa nafanya, nilikuwa nalipwa mshahara mara 3 ya MP. I want to come and serve you. Nimeacha hiyo kazi nikuje ni serve mimi. Juzi nimepewa appointment na president. Nikuwe director wa KBC. Nikawacha hiyo nikuje ni serve mimi. Hii akili yote mnataka nijaleta. I have never been elected. I am capable and I know I can deliver. And I am the only one who represents hope among all these candidates. Na nikiwa shida, sitawatupa, tutafanya kazi naona.
Bwana Parasimei has said about the water and sanitation. It's commendable that they have done a lot of work in terms of research and drafted papers. And I think Bwana Parasimei will be the best person to continue with the implementation at the county government level, not at the parliament. Okay? Okay? Because I don't see why we should engage one of us to do all that research, take 5 years planning in the municipality and leave it to go. We should have him as the next governor. Probably it's too late, then you can go to 2027. Okay, about education. We are very disadvantaged as a constituency because we have our children traveling to other.
So this is a prerogative of the member of parliament to make sure that there is a database to be known where are these old people, who is covered and who is not covered. But when you let things flow free, then that is why most of our women and men are left out of the bracket. So as a member of parliament, in answering the aspect of societal integration, how do you integrate the young and the old? Because that question was also to me by the same person. Is that firstly, I'll be able to make activities, festivals. It is not going to be a political type affair like the sports people do, football and all that, only when there are politics. I'm going to make sure that there is structured festival for sports, entertainment, and cultural festival for Kajiado North. Every year, we have those activities properly structured and sponsored by the office of the member of parliament using public money. And then we'll have the youth mentorship and talent development centers. And they are going to be responsible for collecting the data of their elderly people so that we are able to harness and know who is covered and who is not covered.
And on domestic violence, do we have a way of curbing some of these things? Because I was talking to GBV this morning, gender recovery centers this morning, and they told me that one of the challenges they have in their facility, their GBV center, is domestic violence. Rongai is part of us. So what are we doing about this?
Shule hazijaangi. Huku ni wengi. Huoni huku kote kumejengwa. Ukienda ise kila mahali huku kuna watu. Na pia wenye wanakuja hii area bado wanakuja na watoto. Kinunua hii place ujenge shule yako pia. Bado unaendelea kuvuta wale wako karibu na wewe. Kuna madaycare. Kuna vitu mingi sana unaweza jenga hii area. Place bado inaendelea ikigrow na ni place ina grow kwa haraka sana.
Nice. Tukimalizia nataka upatiane namba yako ama namba ya kampuni yenye mtu akitaka kukupata sasa atakupata hapo, mpige biashara. Yes, tunaomba kama pia uko na handles maybe Facebook, Instagram handles za kampuni, maybe upeane tu mtu akiwapo nje anaweza wafollow na anaweza kupata.
Okay. Yeah, namba ya simu ni 07 29 822 548.
Yes.
Na ingine pia ni 07 29822
Yes.
Sasa ya pili ni 0790 40 36 34.
Nice.
Yeah.
Na maybe nini? IG, Instagram. Yes.
Okay, kwa Instagram na Twitter ni El Africa Limited.
Na Facebook?
Facebook ni Elsima Properties Africa.
Nice.
Yeah, pia wanaweza tutafuta pale kwa YouTube wasubscribe ili waweze kupata update zetu kwa wingi. Ya kila kitu tunafanya tunawarushia pale. Wanaweza kuangalia, wanajiamulia wenyewe.
Nice.
Kuna LinkedIn ni Elsima Properties.